Hello, welcome back to the show. Hazel here, helping you navigate your way through to a life of wealth and fulfillment. So, I have a question for you to start off this episode, which is, have you ever missed an opportunity? I think it's probably pretty safe to say that you have, because most, if not everybody, has missed at least one big opportunity, if not multiple opportunities in their lives. Sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously. Sometimes you recognize when you have, sometimes not until later on down the line. But at the end of the day, you know that feeling when you just kick yourself after you know that you could have it could have made a real difference, having made a different decision in your life when you didn't take an opportunity that was presented to you. I mean, I've mentioned before that the amount of people I have worked with over the years who have kicked themselves for not having got involved in property sooner, like 10, 20 years before, and they'd had the opportunity, but they hadn't taken it. And so they were now sitting in front of me saying, Hazel, how do I get involved in property? You know, I've been thinking about it for so long and I've never done anything about it. And I say, well, there's no point kicking yourself. There's no point looking back, because you can't turn the clock back. The only thing you can do is make a different decision now and get on with it and take that opportunity and make it happen for yourself. So, you know the type of thing when you were offered to go on a date and you just didn't take it, yet there was something in you that knew that it would have been a really good decision to do that. And then there's another occasion when you might have been given the opportunity to travel, or you had the opportunity to travel and you didn't take it. I certainly know for myself that is the case. There certainly could have been occasions where we didn't do the delayed gratification thing and went on a few more trips when we were younger, because, you know, you can't turn the clock back. You can't get your youth back. And so there were certainly some missed opportunities there. And maybe you were sitting down the pub, like, I don't know, back in 2018, let's say, and your mate was telling you all about Bitcoin and how they were getting involved, and you were like, no, way too risky. No, I'm not sure about that. But there was something in you that was kind of niggling and thinking, well, sounds interesting. But you didn't go forward and learn any more. And now you recognize that at the time it was trading at $8,000 per Bitcoin. And it's now, when this episode is airing, trading at around $120,000. And so I do understand what it's like to miss an opportunity. Of course, I've missed opportunities in the past myself. However, I have made it more of a habit over the years to take opportunities rather than letting them go. And having taken certain opportunities in my life has led me to the point that we're at now, where we can craft our life as we would like. And so it's in being brave, it's being courageous enough to recognize an opportunity when it comes along and to take it and to follow through with it. And the reason that this topic has come up forefront in my mind at the moment is because very recently I did miss an opportunity. And because it's so rare for me to miss them these days, this one really hit me between the eyeballs, which is why I thought I would bring the subject here today. And that opportunity was this. So I've started learning how to do more public speaking, and I'm on a course that teaches people how to deliver more confidently, how to do stagecraft, etc., etc. And about a week and a half ago, I was given the opportunity to speak from the stage in front of all my fellow speaking buddies on that course, as well as some very, very high-end top trainers in the UK in personal development. And at the time, I had quite a lot of stuff going on, and a big event had happened in our lives, and I just felt I wasn't ready, and felt like I didn't have the time to prepare for it, and in my gut, it was kind of, the thought of that was exciting and daunting at the same time. Yet my head took over and was giving me all these reasons and excuses why not to take that opportunity. And it really kicked in the day before the opportunity actually happened. So for someone to actually speak from that stage, which happened yesterday. And so I was really kind of going, oh, damn it, I've missed that opportunity. That would have been incredible to get the feedback, for other people to see and hear me and hear my story, what I have to say, and for the top people in the UK to kind of give me that feedback would have been absolutely invaluable at this stage in my journey. Hey, thanks so much for listening into the show. I have a quick question for you. Are you feeling stuck in the grind, even though you're doing everything right? If you're in your 40s working hard in a successful career, but are wondering when you'll finally get to live life on your terms, you're not alone. After 15 years of coaching high-performing professionals, I'm opening up a few one-to-one coaching spots again for those ready to take back control. This isn't fluffy life coaching. It's practical, no BS conversations to help you escape burnout, build real momentum, and start moving towards freedom. If that's you, I'm offering a free 30-minute clarity session to see if we're the right fit. No pressure, just real talk and real strategy. Head to the link below to book your free session. Spots are limited, so grab one while they're open. Listen, you've waited long enough. This might just be the step that changes everything. I have vowed to take the learning from that, to understand that, okay, I've missed that opportunity, but what did I learn from that? I've learned that, you don't let your head rule your heart. You've got to grab opportunity when it comes your way. So I've got to get over the fact that I feel lacking in confidence. I need to get over the fact that I didn't feel like I had enough time to prepare, or I was going to be scared about it. They were all just excuses. They really were. The bottom line was I didn't take that opportunity. So after a little bit of kicking myself, I'm absolutely more determined than ever to make sure that I am in the right place at the right time to be able to take an opportunity at some point in the future. And this brings me to my next point, which is not just about, it's not enough to get ready for something. You have to be ready. You have to be in that space where you are able to take the opportunity. You have to be in the state of mind and the openness to take an opportunity when it presents itself to you. So my pledge to myself is now to practice my speaking, to put the hard yards in, the time and the effort and the energy to get good, so that when something comes my way, I can then say, yes, I am there. Yes, I can help out. Yes, I can plug a gap if someone else has dropped out. So that is my pledge to myself, and that's what I've learned from this particular missed opportunity. So I'd like you to reflect for a minute and think to yourself, is there something along the line where, I don't know if it's a recent thing or maybe somewhere in the past, about an opportunity that you might have missed? What are you kicking yourself about? And is there something different that you could have done, or maybe even could still do, perhaps, to make a change in your life? It may have been that the opportunity has passed you by and you can't do anything different, but what did you learn? What did you learn? Like my story, what did you learn from missing that opportunity? And maybe what would you tell your younger self today? Would you give someone else different advice? Maybe if you have children, would you share with them your story as to, when something presents itself, when an opportunity presents itself, grab it with both hands, because that's what you've learned. So obviously the biggest thing is that you, like I just said, you cannot turn the clock back, and there's literally no point living with regret. This is not about berating yourself or giving yourself, a hard time over this. The next best thing is to prepare and then take action when you can, when an opportunity presents itself. Or maybe you can make an opportunity happen. Put yourself in the way of an opportunity that may happen. So, if nothing else, we need to learn from our missed opportunities, and we need to acknowledge what we've missed and make sure that we don't make the same mistake again if it was something that was really important to us. So there's that don't get ready, be ready analogy. The last little point I'm going to make is that there is always a cost to missing an opportunity. If there's something in you that felt that it was a worthwhile opportunity to take, like traveling, like having experienced some amazing places that I haven't yet had the chance to explore. What did I miss? I've missed making memories in those places and having the feeling of going and seeing that place. So that was a cost to me that I've now missed out on because I didn't go to certain places when I was younger, when we were, still really avidly building our property portfolio. Was there there's a story that I can recount to you of. I was just literally talking to a client of mine a couple of days ago, and she was saying that one of her work colleagues had actually decided in 2020 to, when COVID hit and there was, most people were working from home or were on furlough or what have you, things changed dramatically at that time and people were, not going into the office as usual, that her colleague took the opportunity. So instead of spending money on a coffee each day, and I have used this analogy before, but it was wonderful to hear it, that somebody's actually done this in real life, actually brilliant, that they didn't buy a coffee every single day as they used to on their way to work. So they've invested that into Bitcoin ever since March 2020. And so, well, let's call it £5 a day, right? Just for the days of the week that you don't go to work. And he's put it into Bitcoin. And so he's put that money into Bitcoin. And now, as a result of that, he's able to basically pay for a family holiday every year with the profits he's making. So the money he's put in, I've worked it out, of course, that's what I do. The money he's put in since March 2020 is about £6,400 if he was putting in about £5 a day into Bitcoin. And that 6,400 is now worth £24,000. £24,000 because he took action, took the opportunity to start putting it in to Bitcoin back in March 2020, and now has the opportunity to take his family on holiday. So that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. When you take an opportunity, like we've done in the past with property, with cryptocurrencies, with certain other investments that we've made, it's just something happens. It's not that every single thing is going to work out, but if it's something that aligns with you and something that feels right, and your heart and your soul just know it's the right thing to do, then all I'm going to leave you with is this. Like Nike says, just do it. Thanks for listening in.